Hey guys, this is Chandra, and I am just here just to do a little quick tutorial on the different types of glue that I use. I am not an expert, but these are just the glues that I have. I'm gonna start off with like the dry ones, meaning they never, I don't know, these are like tape adhesives. So I have my ATG, and I bought the ATG at like I think Michael's or something with the 50% off coupon. But I buy my refills from Tape Jungle, and so I buy a case of 144 of them. These equal out to $1.17 each, doing it that way. So and then like if my friend wants some or whatever, I sell it to my friends for the cost that I got it. So that is one type of tape runner that you can get. You can get like the Glue Glider Pro. It's the same kind of tape adhesive in there. It never dries. So if you use this on pockets and stuff, your tags will stick to it. But this is perfect for if you're making cards, to attach the paper to the cards, or if you're attaching paper, cardstock, pattern paper, whatever. For when I make my mini albums, I always use an ATG type gun to attach my pattern papers. The second type is like this is why can't I think? This is score tape. They have different kinds of this. It's just a rippable, really strong adhesive. They have red line tape, which you cut. So this is just something that I use only when I'm making the actual pages of the album. I will use my score tape. This just happens to be a 1/2 inch. I have 1/4 inch and I have an 1/8 of an inch too. And I buy mine from score-pal.com. And I just usually buy several rolls at once of that. Now you get into your wet adhesives, and this is Aileen's Turbo Tacky Glue. It's the same as her tacky glue, it's just that this is supposed to be stronger and faster drying than the tacky glue, but both of these work the same. So you can use these to apply paper or to even make your mini album instead of the score tape. You can use these to attach embellishments to your pages. Pretty much anywhere you can use this. I use my glossy accents when I'm attaching metal type things to my pages or big flowers to my pages, because the glossy accents is a stronger hold. Also, you can use the glossy accents to put over something, like I did in my card with the balloons on it, the heart balloons. I put it over the top of it, and I can't even find the darn card. I put it over the top of it, and it made like a glossy type cover to it. I don't know what happened to my card. But this is another example. I use glossy accents to apply these flowers here, and also to apply this chipboard heart on these tags here. And I use glossy accents to attach this key to this chipboard piece. And then I used wet glue here, unlike this Aileen's Tacky Glue, to apply the glitter, and it stayed on and it's not coming off. So that's a really good glue for when you're wanting to use glitter and you don't want the glitter to come off. You can also use the score tape to put glitter down and then rub your finger on the glitter after it's done. I just found the card. So here's the card I was talking about. See how it's the hearts are kind of glossy? I use glossy accents to do that. So you can also use crackle accents. Stampin' Up! Has a brand of glossy accents, but they don't call it glossy accents. I can't think of what they call it. But there's a couple different brands of the same type of glue. So then you have the Tombow Mono liquid glue. And what the mono means is if you apply this glue wet to a piece of paper and then you let it dry, then it will become removable, meaning what you stick to it will come back off. If you apply this glue to a piece of paper and then you apply the paper to another piece of paper, it's going to be permanent. Okay, so this is good for intricate things because the tip is so small on there. And don't forget, I don't think I published it yet, but this is the mono glue. I actually got this from Big Lots for $1.50. It's 1-stick DAP. And so far in my clinical trials, it has worked exactly the same as this, and it's quite a bit cheaper. So I don't know if it's a normal thing that Big Lots always has, or if it's just a one-time thing, but I went ahead and picked up 2 rolls, and so far 2 jars, and it's working just great. Okay, so now you have these type of industrial type of adhesives like the E6000. What I use this for is just attaching metal to metal. When I was making my pop bottle magnets and the necklaces, this is what I used on the back of it to attach this to this, because it's metal on metal and it's really strong. Also, this quick grip is basically the same thing. They both stink. Like, you don't want to use too much of it in a closed room, or you're going to end up getting really, really stoned, and I don't think anybody wants that. So those are those two. Now you have the matte medium. I just got this. I've only used it a couple times, but basically it does the same thing as Mod Podge, except for it's not shiny. So like, even though you can get matte Mod Podge, it's still a little bit shiny. This stuff doesn't make, this stuff is not shiny. So on my heart thing I did here, this is matte, this is this matte medium on top of there, but it doesn't even look like there's any kind of gloss or shine or anything onto this. And this is what I used to attach this paper here. So if you use Mod Podge, which I have a notebook here that I've put this, and it's supposed to be matte, right? Here it is. It's still, see how it's kind of glossy? And that is the matte Mod Podge. If I would have used this, it wouldn't be glossy at all. So it just depends on what look that you want, and if you want to use matte medium or Mod Podge. Now, talking about Mod Podge, I've made my own Mod Podge. Here. It's just, I put it in a little mason jar, and all I did was I followed a recipe that I got online, and I used water and white glue. I just mixed water and white glue, and it's just the same consistency as the Mod Podge is itself. So I've used that on several things to attach it. They have not come apart. It's not glossy. It's not as glossy as the Mod Podge, but it's just a teeny bit glossy like white glue is. And I just bought the big white glue because it was cheaper than the little ones. And I got this at I think Michael's. Okay. So then you have PVA glue, and I've been doing some research on the PVA glue. It says that it's for bookbinding and paper projects, and what I wanted to do was make some, like a notepad that you tear off, like one of these notepads that has the glue on the top of it, and that you just tear off a sheet when you need it. And I just wanted to make some, see, that's kind of got glue on the top of it, and that's what I was going to use this for. So I was doing some research, and my husband got me this for Christmas, and I guess the ingredients are no different than white school glue. It's just, and actually this white glue is has the pH that's lower than the PVA glue. So I think they're just trying to scam you when they tell you PVA glue, because if you're looking, the PVA is pH neutral glue, and it's supposed to be longer lasting and stuff, but this brand anyway, the Elmer's white glue, has less pH than the PVA glue. They're exactly the same consistency and everything else. So I don't know, there you go on that one. What else is there? I'm looking around. I don't know, I guess that's all that I have. There's tons of glues out there. Now, on another note, I have these baby nipples. Now, you have to use 0 to 3 months, and they have to be silicone nipples. And I've posted a link on another one of my videos. This is not my idea. This was following the paper trail. So what she did was she wanted to try to find a tip of a glue that wouldn't dry up or clog up like you know, the Glossy Accents often does, and then you end up tearing the top off, and then you keep on cutting it, and then your little nib gets shorter and shorter. Let me see if I can focus on what it looks like. See how that's all gnawed up and everything? So I don't know how she came upon this, but all she did was take some pliers, and I don't have any in my room, and you pull this top pulls off. You just pop it off. Then what you want to do is you want to take some foam tape and wrap the foam tape around the barrel of this, and then stretch your bottle nipple over the top of it. Now I've had these for, I would say, about a month now. They have not dried. The glue is still good, and all you need to do is squeeze it out so that it comes out a little bit of the tip, and then you can put it up to dry, and it works awesome. And so the line of glue that you get is still a fine line of glue. If you want, if you can see that, if you want a fine line of glue, it's still a fine line with this, and then it doesn't clog up, so you don't need the needles and stuff like that. I'll put her link below on this video so that you can see that. Now, when you're speaking of adhesives, if you glue something down using your ATG gun or your score tape or red line tape or something like that, and you need to get it off, but you don't want to rip up your whole project, say it was a cover or something like that, this undo stuff is the bomb. So it removes sticker, tape, labels. You just open it up and you squeeze a little bit into this reservoir. Then you're going to close this back up, and then you're going to take the reservoir and just go along where you want to take the tape off. And I got this at Michael's has it now. It's called Undo. Undo. Wish they had that for life. You know, little mistakes you made in life, you can undo them. So I hope this helps answer any questions on glues and adhesives. And like I said, I'm not an expert at all. I just know that I was researching this as compared to white glue, and you don't have to have PVA if you're looking for the pH neutral, because the Elmer's glue is actually less pH. I think this was like 0.8 or something, and the Elmer's was 0.5, so it's actually less again. So if you have any questions, let me know. I can try to answer some for you. Oh, since I have this out, let me just tell you that foam dots, there are tons and tons and tons of different kinds. You have glue dots, which is basically, if you use the Aleene's Tack It and Tack It Again, you can make your own glue dots by putting the glue on a silicone mat, letting it dry, and then it becomes glue dots. Or they have the square foam adhesive squares. I prefer the scrapbook adhesive ones because they're square, and I like the square better than the round. I think you can get a better fit. I do have some round ones in here, but I can't dig them out. And if, see, now everything's falling out. But that is all I have. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to do some research and find out, you know, some information for you if I don't know it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.